It's good to be with you all. I'm going to suggest any of you that are in a place where you can write something down, grab a pen and paper. And those of you that maybe have your hands occupied or somewhere where you can't, picture this in your mind, because I want to give you just an image. This is just a doodled image of a lighthouse, okay? And I'll tell you a little bit more about why I'm sharing this towards the end. But I wanted to show this to you, and even if you have a pen or paper, maybe just sketch your own version of a lighthouse real quick. Okay, and then I want to jump in. And one of our thoughts for today, okay, is about bringing fresh energy and vision to our business and our work for 2021. Okay, and I just want to give you a few keys in the next few minutes on how to do that. And then Ed and I wanted to share with you a couple of them practical things for end of month. Okay, but the first thing, and this is kind of a question, and the question is, what are you impressing on your mind each day? Okay, we've all been gifted with an imagination. We're using it whether we know it or not. And we get the chance now, especially in this business, to be more conscious and deliberate about how we use our imagination. And I'm going to suggest not something of striving or effort, but a bit of fun, just like a kid. Okay, so the first question is, what are you impressing on your imagination each day? And is it something that helps you feel expansive, that fires you up, that helps you feel good, that helps you feel possibility? Or is it something that actually shrinks you and shuts you down? Okay, because we use our imaginations both ways, and it can have either effect on us. And so two things. As we become aware of what we're impressing on our imagination and how it makes us feel, we can start steering toward using our imagination in ways that bring us in the direction we want to head. Okay, now I want to get out of the too theoretical and get real specific. Okay, so one is, what are you saying to yourself? Is there something that we are saying to ourselves, almost like a broken record, that maybe in 2020 we weren't aware of? Maybe it's something that pops up in our mind every time we hear someone else's success story that's beyond us. Maybe it's something that pops up in our mind each time we get disappointed or someone quits or doesn't show up. You know, what is it that we're saying to ourselves when we lie down, when we get up, that we're not even aware of, but now in 2021, we can be aware of, become aware of, and change. Okay, change to something new that we want to replace that thought with and repeat this new thought to ourselves. What is a thought to you about who you're attracting, who you're being, how you're feeling, how you love this business? Maybe it's a thought about how others feel, okay, about your customers and how thrilled they are, how thankful they are, how R Squared and T Green and LifePack and Youth have changed their life, or how the LumiSpa has just brought a glow to their face, or how this business, I got a message from a new rep, just saw it today, that we brightened her life, okay? And it was really fun to read that, especially in light of this idea of a lighthouse, which we'll come back to, okay? So what are you saying to yourself? And then the second thing is, what are you actually picturing? Because our mind tends to think in pictures a lot. So some of you may have been working on your dream board for January, and some of us that have done it before, sometimes you're like, oh, need to do it again? But there is something about the exercise of thinking about your dreams, of looking at pictures, of drawing something that starts to, how many of you experience it, starts to awaken your imagination again and get you in touch with things that maybe you haven't been in touch with. Okay, we can also do that while we're walking, while we're washing dishes, while we're brushing our teeth, or using our LumiSpa, or lying in bed before we go to sleep at night. What are we picturing? Okay, do you picture team members, prospects, customers smiling? Do you picture yourself interviewing them and them coming on a call like this and sharing how this business, how someone reaching out to them, maybe it was you because you reached out to someone and reached out to someone who reached out to someone who eventually led to them, and now their life has changed. And in 2021, they're saying what a gift this business has been to them, or what a gift this product, the LumiSpa, R Squared, Youth, has been to them to change their life and their family's life. Are you picturing that? Okay, are you imagining that? And then are you imagining it in a way that just makes you smile? Okay, just like a kid, a little bit of daydreaming here. So I want to just bring that up. It may seem like, oh, Ben, that's not practical. How's that going to change my business? I just want to get to work and know what to say. Okay, but how many of you know how you feel and what you're picturing does affect what you do, how you come across, and whether you continue, and how you get through and get back up after those frustrations. So I want to challenge us at this end of the first month of 2021 to consciously expand and shift the image we're putting in our mind, okay, and what we're repeating to ourselves for 2021. One other thought is, how do you see yourself? What are you saying? When you say I am, what comes after I am in 2021? And when you picture yourself, what do you see? Are you still waiting for Ed and Gary and Diana and Jeff and so many others, Casey, and to basically Liata tell you what to do and to tell you how to see yourself? Or are you starting to see yourself as a partner with everyone else here and as a lighthouse that together we are shining out to the world and to those who are yet to meet us in 2021? So are you starting to see yourself as a leader rather than just someone who's hoping, trying, striving to progress? Okay, so changing how we see ourselves and what we're impressing on our imagination. That's number one. Number two is stretching our capacity. Okay, how many of us are challenging ourselves each day to do something that today may feel like a stretch, may feel uncomfortable, but tomorrow, because we did it today, becomes a little more comfortable? Maybe it is agreeing to partner on a live Zoom or a live broadcast. Maybe it is doing a three-way, introducing a guest, a prospect to your support team partner for a three-way, or maybe being the three-way partner for someone else. Maybe it is going live on social media, on your Facebook. Maybe it is calling that person on your chicken list or that you've been a little hesitant to call, but instead of overthinking it, you just call them or you message them or you reach out. As we challenge ourselves, I think of it like a balloon expanding as we challenge, or like a rubber band, okay? Think of that balloon or that rubber band. It has a tendency to want to snap back, right? Okay, but what happens with the balloon? Any of you ever blown up a balloon? First, there's a lot of resistance. It's hard, okay? But then once you get past that certain critical point, it starts to stretch and it starts to just keep expanding. And it's easier to fill it, okay? Well, it's the same with us. Sometimes that initial stretch beyond what we're currently comfortable with, it's not comfortable, okay? It's a challenge. And many of us may choose to shrink back like that balloon that just collapses back down. But that's not going to get us the life we want and the business results we want. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, okay? So let's go ahead and push past that and allow the balloon to expand by making that call, doing that live, saying yes to your partner and stepping up in some way and doing something that might be a little uncomfortable, but because you did it, now you've expanded your capacity, and now something that wasn't comfortable is becoming more comfortable, and you're moving forward more and more easily into leadership, into engagement, into interaction with people. And that brings me to number three, is who out there is ready and waiting to be blessed by you? Okay, whether you're working on social and social selling and shout out posts, or whether you're working more direct and calling people, messaging people, hopping on Zoom or video chats, or combination thereof. Okay, at the end of the day, it all boils down to who new are we reaching out to share the product or the business or possibility with. And so each day, am I willing to be that lighthouse, okay, and step out and start to share and connect with new people? Okay, that's what moves my business forward. For me, when I was full-time as a family doctor, only had slivers of time to make sure that each day there was that ball moving forward with some new connection, a call, something each day. Same today, whether you have a little bit of time or a lot of time, end of the day, that's what you want to track and move forward. And so I'm just going to wrap up with this idea of the lighthouse, and then we'll have a couple quick thoughts with Ed for end of month. So in doing my my dream board, actually a couple of years ago, I think Artemis has shared the idea of being a lighthouse. You know, the ships need that lighthouse to be shining and stable and steady for them to know where they are. Okay, if the lighthouse keeps moving up and down, there one day, gone the next day, the ships are all going to crash. Okay, so be that lighthouse, beacon out, shine out. Well, one of my partners on one of our Zooms mentioned that recently, just as I was about to do my dream board, and I started sketching it in my notebook. I sketched it on a piece of scratch paper. That's why this is a little torn up, to see what I want to do. And then I sketched it on my dream board because I just had this desire to sketch it. Now it's in a couple different places where I see it when I'm getting up or walking around. And I just love seeing that image and having impressed, even beyond words, just this idea of being a lighthouse. And what I love is we are that light together in 2021, bringing out each other's light, encouraging each other to get back up and to keep going and to shine, so many more can see and be blessed by us. And just like that one new rep said recently, we can brighten their day. Okay, and we're looking for people who do recognize what's here, who see that light, see the vehicle, see the possibility, and grab hold of it and appreciate it. And then it's really fun to work with them. So those are just a few thoughts to kick off another fresh vision and energy for